Hello, hello, and welcome, my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your Timeless Romantic Soulmate read. October 2020 is when I am doing this. I am your reader, Angelo, lYONS, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions. Venus in a Libra sign, the Archangel of Lions, Angelo, lYONS. But you can call me Mal. Hi, sweethearts. Hey, my subscribers. How you doing? Thank you guys so much for the likes, the subscribes, the comments, the sharing. Oh my goodness gracious. Hitting that notification bell, you know. Every time you hit the notification bell, my wings get another feather. A little take on the old classic from It's a Wonderful Life, but it's probably true. Shall we get down to it? If you are new to my channel, please do subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, give me another feather in my wings, and comment below if this is working for you. If you know who this is and what this is about, I do like the feedback, and also I have a goal, you see. You see, I'm not quite at 2,000 subscribers yet, and I'm shooting for 30,000 so that I can have the membership function, whatever they call it here, so that I can put my extended readings here instead of on Vimeo. And I love Vimeo.com. They're a lovely, wonderful platform. I've had them for years, but it would just be nice for you guys to be able to pay one fee, I guess, payment a month automatically to the channel, to YouTube, and then you have access to all of the extended readings. So you'd be able to see your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus signs when I do the extended reads, which I'm doing at least 2 of them a month. So worth it, right? So the link for the extended is below, and I will put a preview at the end because you're only getting 10 cards on YouTube here. There's another 14 in the extended, but you will see you will get an 11th card if you stick through to the end to watch the preview. You with me? All right, let's get up in this gig. This is a general read. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Soulmate contracts are tricky. We're going to do Divine Feminine on this side, Divine Masculine on this side, and the center lane will be the contract itself. In other words, the soul agreement that the two of them made, the soul contract. The thing is that soulmates and twin flames are so conflated and confused and intertwined, and they're not the same thing. They're both soul contracts, but there are links in the description box explaining the definition between the two. And it's a new definition, but it's one that makes more sense than that, oh, you're a twin flame soulmate, blah, blah, blah. It's like, sounds like spiritual codependence to me. This is about soulmates helping each other heal, whether they know each other, whether they don't know each other, whether they're in communication, near or far. And that's what we're looking at. The dominant intention that my pantheons gave me for these readings is may these readings help the soulmates heal, so they may help heal this world heart by heart, so mote it be. Well, what that means is that these contracts are about quantum entanglement, right? We're all one. We know that, hopefully, at this point. But when you were chosen to come into this life, your soul was chosen. You did not choose to come into the body. You were chosen for it, like central casting, right? Like a casting director chose your soul so that you could develop certain things in this life. And these contracts were already written into the role before you came into it, right? So twin flames, you teach each other how to heal yourselves, how to love yourselves, how to respect yourselves, how to set boundaries, because you can't give each other the love that you want, but you give each other the love that you need. And sometimes that's the absence of love, and sometimes that's codependent love or abusive or neglectful, right? Tumultuous, transformative twin flame contracts. Soulmates are different, and they're not all romantic, sexual. My mom and I are soulmates. My dad and I, God rest his soul, were twin flames. So you have so many of them in one lifetime. This idea that you only have one is just torturing people, because what if you meet them and then they leave, or they die, or you divorce them, right? It's not true. But that would be the ego's interpretation of soul contracts, because they're soul contracts, not ego contracts. You with me? So that being said, I think we're ready to rock and roll. Focus on your breath. Stay in the present moment. I will do the best I can to do the same. Venus in Libra that I am. Shall we? All the decks that I read are in the description box below. Let's see how this one goes. Shall we? Breathe. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, Ascended Masters of Soulmate Contracts and the higher selves of all involved, please. I need 3 cards. One for the Divine Feminine, has nothing to do with bodily gender. One for the Divine Masculine, has nothing to do with bodily gender. And one for the overall contract itself. What contract? The Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract. October 2020 or timeless, please. My Pantheon's going to have 1 archetype card, Caroline Mace archetype card, to represent the Divine Feminine, 1 to represent... No, 1 to represent the Divine Masculine, there he is, and 1 to represent the overall contract. And by the way, this card I'm not even going to look at because that will be the 1 card that you will see in the preview. So if you don't know who you are through this reading, by the end of it, I would understand you not wanting to see the extended, but hang out for that middle one because that might be the one that goes, oh, oh yeah, this is me. So again, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, we're not talking about bodily gender or gender preference. When I work, I'm Divine Feminine. In the bedroom, I'm a Divine Masculine. That's why they keep calling me Daddy. I'm like, Daddy? Who you calling Daddy? I'm not paying your tuition. Directly. Let's see who we have here. Okay. Wow. All right, Libra. We're in for a very interesting ride here today. Remember that archetypes are neutral. They have shadow and light attributes, lead and gold, toxic and healthy. Through the quantum entanglement of a soulmate contract, whenever you heal yourself, you are automatically helping them heal, whether you know each other or not. That's a quantum entanglement. It's just how it works. We're all one, but we appear to be different. And as we heal our hearts, really every heart heals on planet Earth and elsewhere, but in this particular contract, it's so important to know that. Because whatever the lead is, the shadow aspect of the archetype, I'll flip them in a second. Get that as you heal that, you are helping them heal and vice versa. So it's supposed to be triggering the shadow. So here we go. We've got the Divine Feminine with the Warrior archetype, very Wonder Woman. And we've got the Divine Masculine with the Companion. So you can imagine a warrior with a companion. Oh my God, it's The Witcher. It's Geralt and Jaskier. Oh my God. So again, gender has nothing to do with this. This could totally be, you know, a very intuitive man as well as a very strong warrior woman, right? The Companion is so neutral. By the way, the Warrior is in the Action family of archetype. The Companion, the Healing family of archetypes. So we've got action and healing here, and I'm finding this intriguing. Let me read you. For the Warrior archetype, the shadow attributes, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. Now, if you are a female watching this and like, well, I don't do that. I remember Filene's Basement when I lived in Boston. It was kill or be killed, right? Filene's Basement, there's a flashback. Differences to the suffering inflicted on others, which may not be who you are all the time if you're the one watching this, if this is you, but when it all costs, I don't care what happens to them. Like, I don't know, politically, we're all getting a touch of that this year, ain't we? The light attributes strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrificing and conquering the ego. And I know so many women in my life who've been that, as well as many men. That's why we gotta kind of reevaluate the idea of gender, and I say it all the time. I would prefer to say divine yin, divine yang, instead of divine feminine, divine masculine, but, you know, the Western world don't get that. They think I'm talking about some kind of powdered orange drink. The Companion archetype in the shadow, betrayal by misusing confidences, loss of personal identity. Right? That's why Robin had to become Nightwing. I almost said Batwing, right? Right? Loss of personal identity. Who am I without you? And this might be something that this Divine Masculine has struggled with. But the light attribute, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness, right? There aren't a whole lot of healing family archetypes. I think there's maybe 5 or 6 in that family where the action has tons, right? And other families have tons. But I have the Companion archetype. I don't have the Warrior. So, you know, I'm Libra. I have Venus and Libra. So I try and keep myself out of the readings. But seeing that right there, it's like, yeah. But it's in the divine masculine position, like I said, in relationships, romantic relationships. Remember, these are the romantic soulmate contracts. So what we're going to do, if you haven't like gotten a ping on that already intuitively, we are going to work with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot to get what's going on inside of them, right? The divine feminine aspect of both of them, what's going on in the world behind their eyes, right? In the psychological world, the mental and the emotional, and all that jazz. Breathe. My goddesses, please, Aphrodite in particular, who sits in the throne of Libra with your sun Eros, who will also be in this process of reading, please, I need 3 cards again, one for the divine feminine, one for the divine masculine, and one for the overall contract. What contract, Aphrodite? The happy, healthy, wealthy, wise. Sorry, the Libra collective, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, sun, moon, rising, Venus sign collective, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, soul mate contract, October 2020 or timeless. Please, my goddesses, 1 card for the divine feminine and 1 card for the divine masculine. Just leave it in my hands, please, so I know which one. This one is fine. And 1 for the overall contract in and of itself that we will have revealed in the extended. So I don't even know what that center lane is. We've got the divine feminine as the warrior with the 9 of Cups, Kuan Yin. So, I mean, look, Way of the Peaceful Warrior comes to mind. Dan Millman, great book. Metaphysical classic for sure. But on the inside is really feeling her oats, right? Really feeling like, I'm good. I'm good. Emotionally, I'm good, right? Mentally, I'm good. I'm making my own wish fulfillment for myself. So again, right? Strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice and conquering the ego. So any spiritual work that's going on here, allowing the ego to unravel, right? Allowing the healing process, the spiritual awakening process. Emotionally, this divine masculine is very tuned to the compassion and the contentment that go with the flow, right? It's Kuan Yin sitting in a waterfall with those 9 cups being filled to overflow. You can barely see them in the card too. I know my lighting is a bit harsh. I'm working on it. I got plans. Book me for a reading. Help me get more shit to make this better. I am a Virgo. You know, I want it to be perfect, but I can work with what I got. So I really like that. It's like a warrior definitely feeling more in that light side of things, right? I know the 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. There is that feeling of, no, I'm good. I'm good. It may not be at a 10, but that's okay. Like, I'm fine, I'm chill. So this warrior is definitely using their discipline as a divine feminine. Spiritually, yes, of course, physically, probably has things in balance. Balance, right? Their bank balance, their life in some kind of balance due to stoicism. Now, stoicism is a word you don't hear that much anymore. Stoicism, look it up. It's certainly a position of strength, but it's also very unemotional on the outside. Like someone who's stoic, you have no idea what's going on behind them, but they're flashing me the image of the Muppet Sam the Eagle. Thanks. I know that means something for somebody, for dealing with somebody named Sam who's an eagle. I don't know, an Eagle Scout. What's going on with this divine masculine companion? They've got the Cancerian card. Now, this is not a person. It's in the inside world. Yes, this divine masculine could be a Cancerian, feeling them deeply on the inside if that's the case. You know, sun, moon, rising, Venus, Uranus, I don't care. You know, I hear when Uranus goes retrograde, they have a cream for that now. Just saying, 2nd time today using that joke. But very, very deep emotions here, right? If we're really going to look at the Cancerian energy, 4th house energy, like they're kind of at home in their own skin. Like, I'm not feeling these two are in exceeding amounts of pain, at least not from these cards that have hit the table, right? But the same thing, they both have water. There's an emotional connection here between these two. It might be an intuitive one. It might be obviously it's a romantic read, but whether you two know each other or not, whether you're in separation or together, there's definitely a flow going on here. Now, they are highlighting the cardinal aspect of Cancer to me, which means creative, right? Think This would be the King of Cups in the traditional tarot. So that water that gives life to things, that creates things like amniotic fluid. So there could be a pregnancy here, possibly. Not really getting that strong. Maybe that's like 2 to 5% of the people I'm reading for here. But there's definitely something gestating inside of both of them that is very emotional. And so far feels good. We'll see what the next two cards. Oh, and right, that third one for the center lane we will turn over. Mythic Tarot, what's going on the outside, right? We got Daughters of the Moon there. For the inside, what's going on the outside? The Yang aspect. Please breathe. My gods, please, I need 3 cards. Beloved Eros, god of love and romance, the sacred archer of lead and gold tipped arrows. Please, I need 3 cards. 1 for this divine feminine, 1 for this divine masculine, and 1 for the overall contract. What contract? The Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract, October 2020 or timeless. Please, 1 please, whoops, 1 please for the divine feminine, 1 for the divine masculine, and 1 for the overall contract. That felt very much like being on autopilot. Yeah, there's something meant to be going on here. Don't know what that means or what's meant to be, but let's look again. The divine feminine has the warrior, 9 of cups on the inner, on the outer, King of Cups. So the Cancerian card has replicated itself. So on the outside, this person, the divine feminine, might very well be either maternal, a mother, but very Cancerian, very, very sensitive, very, very emotional, but in a creative way, right? So it does feel like whatever is going on for this warrior, there's a lot of emotion going on here. But there's also a creative process in place. Again, they're showing me amniotic fluid. The amniotic fluid, like, holds the fetus in the belly of the mother, right? The umbilical cord feeding the child from the inside, right? So there's something gestating here. But the Cancerian thing here, 4th house, home, the emotional home, being at home in your own skin. I really do feel like there's an emotional maturity here on the outside, hence perhaps that stoicism. Now, you can be emotionally mature and stoic. A lot of the people that I've dealt with who struggle with stoicism, they're just afraid to be vulnerable, they're afraid to be intimate. I'm not getting this here. Although the emotional communication between these two might be somewhat reserved. Reserved, I'll say mature rather than reserved, because it is the King of Cups, right? We're looking at something a bit more stable if there are no Cancerian, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, whatever is going on here. Cool. What's going on for this divine masculine? Again, companion with the Cancerian card in the inside. Well, I'm going to tell you what they just told me, that this divine masculine is feeling the emotions of this divine feminine. So remember, everybody has empathic skill. It's just in this contract right now. Like, this could totally be a highly intuitive woman who's totally picking up on the vibrations, the energies of this divine feminine. Did that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Gender. Gender blender. What's going on the outside here? Well, is the Page of Pentacles. So it does seem like this divine masculine companion is ready to make some kind of physical offer. Maybe presenting a gift, but with pages, just like we talked about the maturity of the kings, the pages are immature, but I do not mean necessarily childish, although that might be the case from time to time. And I do not see the pages as actual zodiacal signs or people, as much as I see them as things that happen, right? Messages. So as you'll see over and over on YouTube, that the Page of Pentacles is often about an immature offer, like someone handing you an acorn instead of an oak tree. You really don't want someone to hand you an oak tree. It's a little Bugs Bunny for me, if you think about it. Yikes, and away! Bam! I like these two. I don't feel like they are in communication or may know each other, and if they do, we'll see why. Hopefully there's some shenanigans, if there's shenanigans going on here with these two, an argument, something separating them for a reason, season, or perhaps a good chunk of their lifetimes. But it does feel like with that Cancerian energy on the inside, the yin of this divine masculine, that they're really being compelled emotionally to reach out and touch someone. Touch my stuff, all right? Okay, our next two cards, like I said, you're only getting 10 in this one. So far you've got 6. The Whispers of Love Oracle, the voices of the higher selves, fifth dimensional and above, which includes the 8th dimensional selves, who look back on all of this that we're going through now as history. Right, this is already gone by, what we're living through here in the quantum. So let's see what the higher selves of all involved, perhaps my own included. Now, like I said, if I was going to resonate to either one of these as a Venus and Libra, it would be that companion archetype, because I love warriors. They're fun, sort of. Woof. Jason Momoa has a warrior archetype, right? Obvi. And I would not go near him. Lisa Bonet would cut you, man. Did you see Angel Heart? Ooh, I would put nothing past her. So let's see what your higher selves have to say. Now, the higher self of the divine masculine, feminine, the divine masculine, and one for both of them in that third lane of the contract itself. Please breathe. Oh, that feels good. Oh, hello, 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 the higher selves of all involved, perhaps my own included. I'm not feeling it, but maybe. Please, I need 3 cards in clarity. 1 for the divine feminine, 1 for the divine masculine, 1 for the overall contract. Which contract, you may ask? Higher selves of all involved, the Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract. October 2020 or timeless. There's our divine feminine. Here's our divine masculine. And here is the overall contract that we will see in the extended. Bam. All right, again, divine feminine warrior. Come here, you. You two. 9 of Cups on the inner, Cancerian on the outer. Again, could be a Cancerian, Sun, Moon, Rising, blah, blah, blah. But definitely holding like that stoicism. Like, oh, okay. Got it. Like, she's holding back, but she's holding back out of strength of will and stoicism. Something really icky might have gone on between these two, an argument or something toxic that went on. And she's kind of pulling back, but she okay about it. So, like a warrior would. Tactical retreat. Tactical retreat, absolutely. Behind the castle walls of her own soul, she's fine. Right? Like someone's laying siege and she's got all the supplies she needs behind the castle wall. What's the voices of the higher self? Ask for help. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need, which is odd because I feel like, might not be letting on about things as well with this Cancerian card. Look, I was raised by a Cancerian mother. I love my mom. She got a new kitten, a little baby Himalayan kitty cat. I want to nibble its ears off, but they're up in Saratoga. I'll go up in a month or so. But what's coming through here is that there are secrets. There are, like, Cancerians, the crabs, right? If you've ever eaten a crab, I mean, like Alaskan king or blue claw, let's not get gross, by accident. It's disgusting. Sorry. They're all food inside, right? It's delicious, but that's why they have them, that shell and the pincer claws, right? So it does feel like this warrior might be defensive, right? Might have their walls up. But to ask for help, whether that's to the divine itself, right? The gods, the goddesses, whoever it is that you pray for. But the question is posed here, what is it you really need help with? Right? Do you need help getting from that 9 of Cups to a 10 of Cups? Yeah. But I also get a very strong feeling of self-sufficient, like healthy self-esteem here. Remember, self-esteem is a verb, not a noun. Ask Carolyn Mace, she'll tell you. And it's your most valuable resource, your self-esteem. So it's connected to your intuition. The higher your self-esteem, the healthier, clearer your self-estimation is, the stronger your intuition gets. And there's a lot of water going on here. So she might just be playing the game, sitting back and say, you're going to treat me like that? I know you love me. I'll just hang out and wait behind castle walls. See if I lower the drawbridge. Just see, right? So what does she need help with? I don't know. I have a feeling the last cards down will show that. Looking at the Divine Masculine Companion with the Mother of Cups, right? Cancer, the Mermaid, Namu. But on the outside, sort of, so there is something very emotional. I can feel it. There is love here. I think this one might have screwed up. Like, I kind of get that feeling, might have screwed up and wants to offer, like, it's not element of air, it's not a message, although certainly the pages are messengers. This feels like something physical, tangible, like an offer. Could we meet? Can we talk? Can we meet face to face? 6 feet apart. What is the voices of their higher self? I love you. These are very important words. This card has not come up in a really long time. I love the Whispers of Love Oracle. I love you. And how I know that is because it's the same on both sides. I know it the second I turn it. I love you. These are very important words. Like I said, this one is in love with this one. But offering that Page of Pentacles, see, this is what makes me think that these two know each other and something went down. Because look, soulmate contracts don't mean that you only feel one way all the time, that you're always blissful. No. And twin flame doesn't mean that you always hate each other all the time. No. But there is definitely... there are bumps in the road, right? Like I said, my mom and I are soulmate contract. And I was hell on earth to raise. I'm the youngest of 4. They let me juggle knives, right? They let me read tarot like they could stop me. I used to sneak out of the house, go out, do all sorts of shenanigans, and be back by sunrise as a teenager. Well, I grew up in a big house with a back stairway. Oh, wait till that book comes out. Yeah, I'm going to write my memoirs. So, I love you. If you're the Divine Masculine here, that's the offer. If you're going to make this offer, it better be to say, I love you. Because you do, right? Honesty is just essential here in this contract. It feels if there have been any lies, illusions, deceptions, or delusions going on here. Okay. Last 2 cards down, well, technically 3, but the center lane, obviously, we will jump over. And by the way, I will, if you are new to my channel with spreads of this nature, I always take a picture of it when I'm done, and I include the picture in the video. You will see it right before we end, and then go into the preview. So let's ask the angels, through the Healing with the Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue, what is the angel assigned to the soulmate contract for her, for him, and for them? Breathe. Because I won't say it's my favorite part, but breathing in the angelic energy is one of my favorite things. Hello, my angels and archangels of air, which would be the Raphaelites, please. I need 3 cards of clarity. You know I am here. You sent me. Please. I need 3 cards in clarity. 1 for the Divine Feminine, 1 for the Divine Masculine, 1 for the contract in and of itself. In this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract. October 2020 or timeless, please. What is the angel working with assigned to the Divine Feminine? 1 for the Divine Masculine, please. We'll take that one. And 1 for the overall contract, October 2020 or timeless. Now, before I flip these over, this is where things get interactive. If you work with your angel, you will help heal through quantum entanglement. You will help heal the other here, right? If you're the Divine Feminine, the Divine Masculine, vice versa. If you call upon the angel of the other, you will be helping them heal as well, right? And of course, that middle lane there, we will see that in the extended. So shall we? Who are the angels working with them? Divine timing and children. All right, my warrior. You are definitely in a place of divine timing, and you're doing really well with it, right? On the outside, you're like, whatever, I'm emotionally stable. I'd rather be emotionally stable than caught up in the chaos of what we went through, and I am feeling that. Like, it'll definitely be shown. I have a feeling in the extended what went on between these two. But really kind of knows this. I feel like there's a confidence. There's the word. Like, confidence isn't a stance. It's an emotion, right? You feel confident, knowing, and it feels like it's an intuitive knowing that I know exactly what's going to go down, but I'm just going to sit back and watch. But why does she need to ask for help? Don't know. Don't know, but that it's all in divine timing. Well, what would the angel of divine timing do? Help you survive the timing of it. Help you see the signs, the synchronicities, the symbols to kind of say, it's coming, keep going, right? It's like, I love that thing of divine timing. Well, I don't love it, but they show me this image of last day of school. Do you remember being a little kid? My channel's 18 and over. Do you remember being a little kid that last day of school like this? Staring at the clock. Teacher's like, it's all been an honor. And you're like, get me out of here. It takes a matter of time. It also says there's something eventual about this, and because it's a card of divine timing, the divine is involved here. It is, after all, a soul contract. And remember, these contracts were written before you ever incarnated. Now, Matt Kahn, we're going to be using his Healing Mantra deck, last 3 cards down in the extended. We'll get to this card of children in a minute. The thing about divine timing is that the more that you can sort of relax into it. Where was I going with the Matt Kahn thing? It's like you came in and popped right back out. Gotta let it go. But with that card of divine timing, oh right, meta incarnation, thank you for spirit guides. Matt Kahn says that because the hologram is already scripted, right? Our souls are eternal and immortal. So we come from outside of time and space. That's what eternal means. And then we like go to the casting director and says, I want to play the Earth game again. And they say, well, let's look at your resume. Flip, 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 flip. Ooh, have we got a life for you? But that you can meta incarnate. You can come back and play the same lifetime over and over. And I know a lot of you just went, oh, hell to the no. But it's like going to the gym, right? Working on your glutes ain't fun, but the results, right? We don't make these decisions. We don't agree to come back into this world from the ego or the personality because we don't have them yet, right? We're souls. So we come in and you can play the same lifetime over and over and over. So this thing of divine timing, the two of you might have very well have done this before. Now, for the divine masculine with the card of children, we are talking about innocence here. We are talking about an innocent heart here. We are talking about someone who is in a learning process. So what would the healing angel of children do? It would help you connect to the innocence of your heart that loves everybody, right? Like babies don't know from skin color. They don't know from political party, right? They don't. They're just little kids, right? Unless they're what? Abused, neglected, blah, blah, right? You know what I'm saying there. This could also be about healing childhood issues. It's a healing with the Angel's Oracle. So maybe there is some familial patterns going on with this divine masculine that have caused some bumps in the road. But the beauty about that, as toxic as that may be, is that it couldn't happen any other way. How many of us are walking around consciously, deliberately knowing what our childhood issues are? I mean, unless you've been doing the work, right? Not just psychologically, but spiritually as well, right? Inner child work has been a huge help for me these past 4 or 5 years, going through Dark Night of the Soul after Dark Night of the Soul after Dark Night of the Soul. There were 3. Like Dark Weekend of the Soul, they take more than 12 hours to get through, but transformed as a result. And the whole world is going through Dark Night, so I just went through it a little early, right? Look, I was doing YouTube, I was monetized on YouTube right before everything shut down, so like I had to go to ashes and rise from them. It's a little mixing metaphor. Dark Night of the Soul and Shamanic Descent, not exactly the same thing, but they can both happen at the same time. Shamanic descent, death and rebirth, crucifixion, resurrection, pick your metaphors. It happens to all of us, just like the seasons. So I'm going to pop up the picture, and of course, you have 10 on the table that you can see. The 11th will be in the preview. Let's see what else they show me. Magic clap. Again, we have the divine feminine with the warrior archetype. The shadow attribute, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. I get it. Indifference to the suffering inflicted on others, meaning that the pain and suffering that is inflicted by the warrior archetype or others, there is an indifference to. The light attribute, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, which means choice, right? It's like, I am going to make the tough choices here. Heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. And that heroism, they're kind of connecting it to the hero's journey as well. Like, this might be a divine feminine who really gets what the journey of the soul is. That's why even with this card of divine timing, which drives most people up a wall, this divine feminine is like, chill, cool, I can wait, and I'm going to gestate, right? I'm going to give birth to things within myself. I'm going to go with the flow, because she's got that Nine of Cups on the inner. And the King of Cups on the outer really does say this Cancerian energy. She's at home emotionally in her own skin. This feels like someone who's pretty healthy, and yet ask for help. What is it that you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. That she might be so stoic. Again, I'm saying she and he because just to keep it straight in my head, divine feminine, divine masculine. But it might be that she's so stoic and so hermit crabby. It's a great adjective. She's very hermit crabby. That she's not asking for help. I really feel like there was a betrayal of trust here or something going on. And of course, that would be indicated perhaps in the extended reading. Looking at the divine masculine with the companion archetype, oh, there's the word, betrayal. Really the next word I see with my eyes. Betrayal by misusing confidences, loss of personal identity. That I feel like this divine masculine definitely betrayed this divine feminine in some way, shape, or form. She pulled up the drawbridge. He is now kind of dealing with the fallout of this. And I'm telling you, looking at that child card, the children card, healing with the angels, oracle children, this is something that goes back to their childhood. So I gotta tell you, divine feminine warrior here, whatever they did, it's because they were betrayed. I mean, that can be a betrayal of trust of a parent. There could be any kind of abuse or neglect from either a parent or an older person or a sibling. Something here went down that has affected their ability to companion you. So don't take it personally. Go through your own healing emotions. Ask for help if you need that, because this light attribute, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness, I think if you know this person, obviously if there's a betrayal here, you know this person, the love was real. It's a soulmate contract. You do love each other. But there were wounds in the way, and you're helping each other heal. So look, I'm not saying you need to forgive them wholesale, right? But if you get that it couldn't have happened any other way, right? That this was scripted this way in order for both of you to be who you were born to become in this life. This couldn't have happened any other way. For the soul's development, not for the comfort of the personality or the satiation of the ego. And by the way, the ego and the personality are not the same thing. So I see with this Mother of Cups, the Cancerian card, they are mothering themselves, right? That Cancerian on the inside, or the empathic bond between these two is so strong. Like, take the word telepathic. Everybody knows what telepathic means, but you take that to empathic, that's like telepathy on an emotional level. So this, and it is spurring this divine masculine to make an offer of some kind, and it's just going to be a seed. It's going to be like, look, I'm willing to do this again, right? Because in a way, it's like he's holding the Ace of Pentacles here. It's like, I want to move forward with this. I want to give this another shot, but there's got to be an apology connected to this, or at least the words, I love you, right? These are very important words. And to say that to his own inner child, remember I'm saying he and him, this could be a woman, to really nurture and love that child within their own hearts allows them to alchemize the lead to gold in their own energy field, allowing them to love more fully of themselves, and could very well bring that 10th cup to the divine feminine here. But with the words, I love you, these are very important words from their higher selves. They are given the directive of what to do here, because this is not moving forward in the physical world until he says that to her and really means it. Yeah, my Libra, Bo, Bibra, Bonata, Fanafo, Fibras. There you have it. May the Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need to grow, to heal, to learn, to become the best that they can be, and fulfill their roles in the divine plan, as well as this soulmate contract October 2020, or timeless. As they heal themselves, may they heal their own hearts, and as they heal their own hearts, may the other in this contract hearts be healed, and as their hearts are healed, may all hearts be healed for the well-being of all, in the quantum entanglement of the planetary ascension and the personal awakening of every man, woman, and child on planet Earth, for the well-being of all. So motivate. So it is. Wordy, but you're an air sign. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow along. I'm the fun one on YouTube. I'm just a fucking hoot. And hang in there for the what's it called? The extended reading on preview coming up next. Otherwise, wishing you all the very best and the very blessed in this soulmate contract October 2020, or timeless, my darlings. Hail, farewell, and blessed be. Hey there, my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and thank you for making the jump over to Vimeo for the extended. This is a very interesting thing. Literally, I got up, turned off the camera, took the picture, which you just saw in the YouTube part one of this two-part series, and sat right back down. They're like, do this one. Now, I'm shuffling the cards of the Kuan Yin Oracle, because that will be the next card laid down, but we have to look at this center row. So if you're watching the preview, this is the 11th card. I promised that I would show you. But then after that, you'll see. I have to move on. Holy crap. Talk about a soulmate contract. The dominant archetype for this contract, this happy, healthy, wealthy, satisfying soulmate contract in process, is the God archetype. Oh my goodness gracious. Masculine family archetype, the God archetype. There's also the goddess archetype in this deck. Now catch the shadow attribute. Despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. I told you there was something weird going on here. Look, these two, look, everybody's divine. Everybody's soul is divine and immortal and eternal. But this feels like there was one of the people here. Now, one would think is the warrior, although we've got the king and that Cancerian cup. There was a control despot. What's a despot? A despot is like an evil king, an evil ruler, an evil emperor. But using power to control people, there was a control dynamic here that was not healthy. When is a control dynamic ever healthy? Unless it's the self-control of keep it behind the castle walls while I alchemize this feeling within myself, right? The light attribute, however, ready? Benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. These two together are gods. It's like, now if we can take it out of the masculine gender for a moment, God, to me, is like a species, right? Who are the gods, right? They are a higher vibrational species. They're us on a higher level, 8th dimensional or above, I would suggest. Maybe the 12th, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember all that. They wouldn't let me remember that yet. So not only to say there is something godly about this, there is something higher vibrational divine here. This soul contract would help heal the world if they could get it together. And they're going to, right? Soulmate contracts always have a way of working themselves out. Like I said, with my mom, soulmate contract, we've had our arguments. I was hell on wheels to raise, but we still love each other, right? And we've always helped each other heal. The story of even my birth is about how I came in to help heal my mom. Won't go into it now. But certainly a fascinating archetype. You guys need to get back together. You need to make this work. Now, how do you do that? That's individual choice, but we'll see now. What's going on the inner and the outer? Holy fuck. Okay, if you're just watching the preview, this is where we part ways, because let's just say they're two water, they're cups. There's a shitload of cups in my hand here, so bye-bye if you're not coming over to the extended, so here we go. Breathe. In my hands I have